Good day and welcome to DMV Muscles Live. Today we have James Garnett. He is the president and founder of the SGC Tour. And we're going to be talking about fitness and golf. James,
Hey, how's it going, Derek?
good, good. How are you today?
I'm fine, man. Staying safe and trying to stay healthy, man. What about yourself?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I can't complain. I'd be better if I was out on the course right now, but I guess that's not an option. So I'm doing the next best thing and talking about golf with one of the leaders, I guess, in the golf community. I like to consider you a leader because you organize a lot of great things for folks. You provide educational opportunities, and you're just an overall great guy.
Well,
So
thank you. Appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah. So tell me a little bit. Let's take it back. Let's go straight into your organization. Tell me a bit about the SGC Tour.
It's funny that you asked that. I was thinking you probably would ask me how to get started. Years ago, 15, 16, 17 years ago, I would play with 4 to 6 guys on a regular, and I would organize events. And I said, hey, man, it just came up. We got ourselves a Sunday golf crew. And from that, uh, I would organize all events and do all the setup just for our 6 guys. And, any given Sunday we had four. Another two would come in when they could. But that's how I came up with the idea of the. At first it was JG Sunday Crew. Then I came up with the slogan, the SGC Tour LLC. And from there, 5 years ago, I said, let me start a business, a golf and travel business. And I always tell folks, don't get confused. This is not a league. This is a golf and travel. And my slogan is better golf destination. So with that being said, I try to put my golfers on the best and the most gorgeous courses you can imagine. I mean, United States, overseas, the whole 9 yards, and I do all of the coordination of it, setting it up, hotel, everything related with the trip or the event. So, and that's kind of how I got started. And I had maybe 4 core clients, golf clients, and it just kind of grew from there to from 4 to I think I have in my database over 400 golfers now.
Oh wow, wow.
So it has grown in the last 4 or 5 years.
So let's talk about one of your trips. I think I was looking at your Facebook page, and I've always wanted to go on one of your trips. I was
Yeah.
excited to see about Scotland, but I want to talk about the Scottsdale trip because those pictures were especially vivid. Can you tell us a little bit about the Scottsdale trip and how does that relate to other people? How do people get involved with it? How did you plan it? What was the course like? What was the whole day?
Well, it goes back to what I was saying, Derek. I want the best for the client, for the golfer client. The best facility, practice facility, clubhouse, customer service. So the courses we play in Scottsdale we play 5 courses, and they're ranked in the top 100 in the United States. So, so I just try to get the best courses that money that I can put together at a good price point, and then I just sell it to the clients. And we've been going out to Scottsdale now. This will be if we go this June, it'll be the 4th year in a row, and it's some of the most gorgeous golf, the layout, the aesthetics of the golf courses, the terrain. I mean, it just you think you're somewhere other than the United States. It's just that gorgeous out there, and it's probably one of my favorite destinations.
Now you organize golf tours for people, but you're also an avid golfer. Actually, I think I met
Yes.
you first time I met you. I think was what was that Patuxent? I think Patuxent. You had a big group of guys and they got rained out. But that was the first time I actually came across you because I had to think back when I first meet you. But then I also met you. Was it Oak Creek or Cross
Oak
Creek?
Creek.
Was it Oak Creek? And we had the
Oak.
chance to play around together. And you're a nice guy. I didn't know you were so approachable, and you're also you love the game of golf. You're not just it's not just a business. It's not just something that you're into. It's not something that you're organizing day to day. It's actually something that you have a passion for. When did you start playing golf, and what was it? What got you playing golf?
you know, now I'm gonna date myself, Derek.
That's okay. That's
When I met my wife back in the late 70s, and we dated throughout high school. In 1980, I went past her father. She said, it's time to meet my father, my parents, my mother and father. I said, sure. And she gave me the rundown where he's going to be sitting at. He's going to be in the front room. He's going to be looking at golf. I said, black man looking at golf? Really? He said, yes. So I walked in, and he said, we introduced ourselves, and he said, do you play golf? I said, no, Mr. Bell, I don't play golf. Well, if you're gonna date my daughter, you better learn how to play golf. And he was looking at the 1980 Masters.
Whoa.
Do you know who Jack Nicklaus is? Which I did. I mean, being sports enthusiast, you knew all the stars in all the different variety of sports. I said, yeah. Do you know who Arnold Palmer is? I said, yeah. And then which one is Arnold? Which one is Jack? He's pointing. But anyway, that was really my introduction to golf. And a couple of years later, I went into the military, and I just started bucking around, just going down to the range where I was stationed at, and that was my invitation to golf, and from that point on, I always been in love with it. And playing it took a detour because I had two young kids. So but once those kids got old enough, and that I can actually leave them in the house, I would go play golf. So that was my introduction to golf, and this is 1980. That's a long time ago. So I've been in love with golf ever since.
All right. So I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Uh-oh.
All right. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna ask you. Now this might get you in trouble with some of the places you go. Now I'm gonna ask you to rank the top local, publicly accessible golf courses in the DMV area.
I did. I'm gonna get in trouble. Right?
You don't have to rank them. Don't rank them. Don't rank them. Yeah. Just give me your favorite courses that you like to play. So you don't have to say the best course. It's not necessarily.
You know what? It's one thing about living in DC and the DMV is so many gorgeous courses within 100, 130, 150 mile radius. And if I go a little west out Virginia, I like a course called River Creek. Mm-hmm. It's probably is in that top tier. And then coming back north, I like if you can stop off. You can play Westfield's Golf Club, which is another terrific track. And when you go south, a little bit more south towards Richmond, I like the Golden Horseshoe, the Gold Course. And then if you come back to Maryland and you go up west, I love a course up there called Whiskey Creek. Okay. And then there's a few courses in Baltimore. I had a luxury of playing Baltimore Country Club. And if you ever get a chance, if someone randomly say, hey, I can get you a Baltimore Country Club, Derek, you jump on that.
Right. Okay.
So, yes, okay. Those are great tracks, man. Hard to get on, but great tracks.
All right. Now this is also for people that are not necessarily fit or not necessarily accustomed to the things we talk about. So, for instance, there are people out there right now that may see this video today, may see it tomorrow, a week from now, young men, young women that didn't know that golf was accessible and affordable. What do you say to someone that has never played golf that would like to start playing? How do they get started? What can they do? Where can they go to buy clubs that they will start to the clubs? Where can they go that they can get on the course and not get chased around by really good golfers? What do you say to those people?
Well, first and foremost, you want to find a local fitter, golf club fitter, and you want to take lessons. You want to learn the game right the first time, because what happened with golf, and as an amateur, we create these bad habits, and it takes and that's going to keep you from really getting good at golf, because you have to get over those bad habits. You have to play the golf. You have to play the game correctly as possible. You need to learn how to swing the club, and I think amateurs, we get into a lot of bad habits that's kind of hard to break. So
I know all about it.
Yeah, starters, you want to get fitted for clubs, and you want to take lessons.
Okay.
If you want to get an A on a paper, you need to study. Right. You need to do the work. And same with golf. If you want to be good at golf, you need to do the work. You got to put the work in. You want to practice. You want to get fit. You want to do all the right things.
Okay. Now, if I start off to say I want to start tomorrow, I mean, if I'm going to start before I go to get fitted, I guess you go to where do you go to get fitted for golf clubs
Well,
if you're
it's a
starting
lot of
off?
places in the area. You just Google it.
Okay.
You know, there's so many. Golf is so popular now, especially in the DMV. You can pretty much every golf course has a teaching pro, or a fitter. So
Okay.
wherever you live at, the geographical area you live in, just find the nearest club and go from there. If they don't do it, I'm quite sure they can put you in the right direction to connect you to the right people.
Right. So most of the places that may have a golf course or may have a clubhouse and has a resident expert might be able to not only fit their clubs, but maybe give them training as well or
Right, you can
classes.
get fitted. A lot of times, the fitter is probably the teaching pro. Most cases, he does both jobs because budget wise, they do it all, and they put you on a simulator and they take you out on the course and work with your swing and try to get you in the right club that fits for your swing, your height, your body type, and what have you.
Now, now, when we talk about golf, it's not always synonymous with fitness or health, but in a lot of ways, golf.
Well, I beg to differ.
Yeah. Okay.
Tiger Woods changed. He changed that landscape. At one time, you look at a golfer. He was kind of pudgy and round. But Tiger came and changed that whole landscape. Because golfers are athletes now. So to play better when the pressure's on, you want to be in mental condition, but you want to be also in physical condition.
And when it comes to physical condition, I've noticed of late, maybe over the last few years, you starting to post your
Yes.
fitness videos and pictures of you working out.
Yes.
And tell us about your fitness journey. When did you start getting? Like, it seems like you're serious about fitness now. So when did you start getting serious about your workout?
Well, that was always something I did, in high school. When I was in high school, man, I would get up in the morning and run before school. And when I got out of school, I would run after school. So, and I've been a vegetarian since, I don't think I had a hamburger since my last hamburger was 1981. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So I was always in the health and fitness, uh, uh, anyway. But golf, I try to do a lot of flexibility drills because you want to, do things that is going to keep my lower back flexible, because that's where the most injuries for golfers is your lower back, and you want to do things that things to get your shoulders flexible, your legs, and you don't want to be tense when you play golf. So I do a lot of flexibility drills, and I still like to run. I don't run as much as I used to when I was younger, but I can still knock out 5 miles at almost 58 years old. So it's
Oh wow, incredible. Okay, now you have a website. We talked about it earlier, and you have your organization schedules outings for golfers, and it's open to any golfer. Does it
yeah.
does it require you to have a certain level of ability as a golfer?
Well, most of the golfers, and I'm not trying to deter any new golfers from coming out, but a lot of the golfers that do come out are pretty much seasoned golfers, understand the game.
Right.
But I encourage the beginners to come out and not be intimidated because everything I do is flighted. So the better golfers are, and good example, the C flight golfer doesn't have to compete with the A flight golfers.
Right.
Those are the best of the best. And you get it. I put you in a class based on your ability, and that's how you compete on the SGC Tour.
All right. Cool. So that means that most golfers, I would say not all golf, maybe most golfers can attend your tour. So tell us about some of the events that you have coming up. So if someone was interested in hanging out with the SGC Golf Tour, then what do they do? Where do they go? And just tell us about some of the events that you have coming up now. And I'll pull it
Yes,
up while you talk.
you can go to www.sundaygolfcruitour.com. Click on the events tab, and it has the lineup for the remaining part of the year. If we can get out there and play due to COVID-19, and the next event that's on schedule is May 16th at a course called Greystone Golf Course. It's up in Upper Baltimore County. It's a really nice public link challenging golf course, really nice golf course. And you can see the schedule is all in sequential order, all the way down to September, where we finish up in September. And in between May 16th, we have an event in July, a course called Baywood Green, and that's in Delaware, 2.5 hour trip. But if you can play, you should put that on your calendar. You should put that on your calendar because that course is gorgeous. It's nicknamed Augusta North. If anybody's familiar with the Masters, because
Mm-hmm.
of all the because of all the beautiful azaleas and the clubhouse is spectacular. The practice facilities is top notch. From 1 through 18, it's just a great course, not a blade of grass out of place. And of course, later on in August, we have a trip to St. Andrews, the home of golf. That's where golf started.
Okay. No. St. Andrews is not in America, right? St.
No,
Andrews is
that's in Scotland.
okay.
So that's that is the bucket list trip for 2020. So hopefully we can get that done. That's August 16th through August. I'm sorry, August 10th through the 16th. We'll be there for a week, playing some of the top courses in the St. Andrews area. It's one. If you're a golfer, those are kind of trips. Those are bucket list trips, and that's on deck for August 10th through the 16th.
Now that's not something you have to pay for all at once, right? You can actually there's a payment plan, or is there? Are you still able to actually go on that trip? That's
Yeah, well,
August.
hopefully, well, right now, if we beyond the payment, uh, uh,
Threshold.
right. If you decide to go, if we can still go, you have to pay for it in full. I think the price on that is 27.50,
Okay.
and that covers hotel and all the golf and limousine service from to and from the airport and
All right.
and to all the golf destinations we have out there. And it's a lot. It's going to be a good trip. We're going to be greeted with with the with the bagpipes. They're going to greet us. We're going to have really nice goodie bags. And we're going to have a whiskey tour if you drink whiskey at a place called King's Barn. And it's going to be a beautiful trip. I've never been to Scotland to play golf, but everyone I know that went there said, "Man, it's so nice. You want to move there."
Oh
So
man.
I'm looking
Okay.
forward to that trip. Hopefully things will calm down and we can make it. If not, it'll be postponed for next year.
Now, if when the coronavirus has hit us pretty hard, so
Yeah,
golf
pray it
season is
doesn't.
starting a
Yeah,
lot later now.
yes.
When the doors open, they say you can go out there, whether it's with a mask or whether it's without a mask, and you can go out and play a course. What's the first course you're going to play? What's the first course? I mean, not a major event for James as the golfer that needs to get out the house and play around. What's the first course you're going to go to?
Uh, that's a good question. The first course I would want to play, I don't care if it's putt putt golf. I, you know, if I got a golf club in my hand and a golf ball and I can keep score and be somewhat competitive, I don't really have a preference. But if I did have a preference, I would say um, I would say the Golden Horseshoe in Williamsburg. I would love to play that. Soon we get out the house.
Okay.
That's it's one of my favorite courses down in Williamsburg, Virginia. So it's gorgeous, and I got a good rapport with the folks down there with the general manager, and they always welcome us with open arms.
Fantastic. All right. Cool. Now, people have heard a lot about you and a lot about your organization. Now, tell us how can people connect with you? How can they contact your organization? How can they find you on Instagram or Facebook or even on the World Wide Web?
Yeah, info at sundaygolfcrewtour.com. You can send me an email or you can find us on our closed page. It's the SGC Tour LLC. You can catch me on Instagram at SGC Tour _ GWAP, GWAP. And I think I'm on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter. You can just look my name up. I'm not sure how the Twitter thing works. Or you can email me personally at jgarnett15 at gmail.com. Or give me a call at 240
Oh,
462
don't put your number out there. You never know.
No,
Don't
that's
give too
fine.
much information.
That's fine.
No,
Hey,
just
look here,
wait, the
because
comment.
if you go to my website, all my information is there
Okay,
anyway.
okay,
So
all right,
there's no secret. I take all calls.
all right,
It's
fantastic. That's
called it's
great.
called block, Derek. You
Oh, there you
call me.
go. All right. Open door. So there's an
Yes,
open door policies. And
I have
that's
an open door policy,
that's
man.
fantastic.
I listen to all conversations.
All right, cool. And I think that's great because for a lot of us, it seems like there's a barrier
Hmm.
between us and being able to play a game that has a certain prestige, such as golf, that requires, like you said, training, a lot practice, but also equipment. But
Yes.
you saying that this open door policy almost embodies the spirit of the
Yeah.
SGC Tour.
Because reason why I say it's open door policy because we're not a league.
Hmm.
What I run is a golf and travel,
Okay.
and I try to put us on the best golf courses that's possible, and so you can play. You look at the schedule. You go to the website, SundayGolfCrewTour.com. Pick and choose when you want to play. If you want to come out, if you just want to do the Scotland trip, just pay for it, and we'll see you in Scotland. You'll get a receipt. I'll get a receipt, and then I know you're up. I know you're on the roster. Uh, it's just that simple. You don't have to have all this and you got to have all that. But one thing I do require if you're going to play, in one of the events, I do require new golfers that's going to play on a consistent basis to become a MSGA member, Maryland State Golf Association. And what that does, everything we do is ruled. The governing body is ruled through Maryland, state of Maryland. They sanction everything we do. We are considered a club without real estate. We have a committee. We have a co-chairman. We have a handicap chairman. We have a co-handicap chairman, and everything kind of funnels through them. So if Derek plays golf, and the handicap chairman knew that you play golf at, let's say, our local course Enterprise, and he found out, he goes on MSGA, the app, he looks for your score for the day,
Mm.
and he's going to call you and say, Derek, you didn't post. So that's how you keep the
Oh,
integrity
okay.
there. You keep
Okay.
it's the peer review. That's what the handicap chairman does. He watchdogs everyone that's in our loop
Okay.
that has an MSGA account that play with us. And the reason why I say that because when you come out, the first thing the golf is going to do, if you knew, they're going to look you up. They're gonna look up Derek. They're gonna find out, look at his scores for the last 8 seasons. So they don't know what they're dealing with.
Okay. Okay.
Because even though we are a golf and travel company,
Hmm.
when we get to those destinations, then a tournament breaks out. It's like the PGA Tour. We go to all these places, these beautiful places, and then we get to that destination, then a tournament breaks out. We have there's a mandatory buy-in for the event. It can be anywhere from $50 to $150 tournament fee. And what that money does, it goes back into the pot. It creates the purse,
Right.
and that's what you're competing for. That's why we have flights, because A flight competes with an A, B with a B, and C with a
Right.
C.
It's like a lot of different sports where they have different tiers of competitors,
Right,
different weight
right,
classes, or et
right.
cetera.
Because it wouldn't
So,
be fair to have a C flight go against an A flight guy. C flight can't win that battle. It just won't happen.
now, are
So
you
everything
able
is
to kind
flighted,
of?
and everybody, if you have 10 people, 12 people in your flight, and they say, hey, Derek's in my flight. Let me look at his last few scores,
Right. Yeah.
and
Well,
and,
don't look at
and
his
keep
last few
everything
scores.
and
Look
keep
at Derek's last
everything
few scores.
together. And that's everything we require. And you can pay for your MSGA account. MSGA account is $37 per year. You can go to the website. You'll see the Maryland State logo, and you just click on, put in your basket, and pay the $37. And that's all I require.
That's
There's
fantastic.
no league dues. There's no special shirts and hats, and we golf and travel. When we get to that destination, a tournament breaks out,
All right.
and
Cool.
I manage the whole thing.
Now, again, there's a lot of people that are uninitiated, and maybe even like me, that don't understand what the flights are. Now, what are the flights, and then what do you compare that with in terms of handicap, or
Okay,
instead of
good question.
handicap, let's use strokes. Like how many strokes would
Well,
it take,
it's
or
handicap.
handicap? Okay.
It's your handicap or your index, and the course gives you the handicap. So let's say the A flight. It's usually from plus handicap. Those are really good golfers. +1, +2, and it could go up to like 8 or 9 or 10. And usually the 10 is the cutoff for the A flight. Then 11 through maybe 16 would be the B flight, and then everyone else is in the open flight, the C flight.
That would be
Okay.
me.
I don't know where you fit at, but
I'm
see, but
yeah.
and those C fighters, their whole mentality is to get to be a B fighter one day,
Hmm.
and the B fighter's whole mentality is to become an A fighter. It's easier said than done, but
Indeed.
that competition brings the best out of you
Right.
because it's in a tournament setting. But and that's what makes it so much fun when we go to these destinations. So when you get home, and then I have trophies presented after presented after each event, major events. We have
Hmm.
4 majors and the season opener. Those you get it's trophies. Food is normally involved. The price cover normally your food. Um, and then we have a money list. If you're a consistent player throughout the season, we have a money list. We have Player of the Year, and we have a money list title. And those awards are given at the end of the season. We have a pre-holiday get together,
Hmm.
and that's when we do all the trophy ceremonies. We announce who won the most money that particular season and Player of the Year. And so it's a lot involved. I can talk to you, for 4 hours about this,
Yeah.
but it's a lot going on, and I got this new software. I didn't get a chance to. Hopefully, I get a chance to use it. It's
Right.
called Golf Genius. So it
Okay.
keeps all your It keeps all your stats.
Okay.
So every time you play, I put your stats in. It lets you know how much money you won,
Hmm.
where you ranked on the money list, just like the PGA.
Right.
I mimic what they do on tour,
Hmm.
and and that kind of you can just go and once I haven't had a chance to use it yet because we haven't played any golf.
Right.
And once you start winning money, you just go on, click on the money list, and see where you stand at, and who you got to catch, and how
Right.
many more events you think you need to play.
So when you play in the tournaments, in the tournaments you facilitate, not just the outings, the tournaments,
Right.
you can win money. You mentioned
Yes,
winning money and
because
trophies.
each event has a mandatory tournament buy-in, if you will.
Hmm.
Every player have to pay that fee, whatever it is, if it's $50 to $150. So that $50 goes into the purse, that creates the purse. And then you take the purse and you divide it by the 3 divisions, A, B, and C, and divide it by 3, and that's how you get your purse and your payouts.
Oh, wow, that's great. All right,
Yeah.
now one last question: can I come out one day and play around with you guys and bring my camera along just to get some shots, just as a follow up, so we can loop
Yes.
back around after the season's over, just to talk one more time and
Hey,
see?
hey, Derek, we need all the promotion we can get. If you want to come out and take a picture and,
All
and,
right.
and talk to the guys and the ladies. And by the way, we have ladies that come out and play.
Hmm.
That's very competitive, and
Yeah.
some of those ladies can beat the guys.
Well, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I played with Desiree Walker, and she could beat me. So
Yeah, Desi.
she could beat a lot of people, I think. Yeah.
When I first met Desi, it's
Hmm.
funny you mentioned Desi. When I first met Desi, she was kind of new to the game of golf, trying to find her way, but she put the work in,
Hmm.
and she's shooting really nice scores now. And she comes out. She won last year on our tour. She won down in I think it was Williamsburg. I think she won at the Horseshoe, which is a 2-day event. And by the way, some of the events are 1-day events. Some of them are 2. Some of them are 3-day events.
Hmm.
And so she won a 2-day event down in Williamsburg, and she led the way from beginning to end. So she never relinquished the lead and won her flight, which I think she was in a B flight that year.
Wow, fantastic. Now this might get you in trouble because you got to stick by it, I guess, for at least for the first few rounds you play. What's your favorite golf club?
Every golfer would tell you their favorite club to get in their hand after a tee shot is a pitcher wedge. But yeah, okay,
Okay, okay.
okay. You got a pitcher wedge. You got the green light special. But I'm pretty accurate with my 8, 9 irons. So if I can get those, when I get those clubs in my hand, an 8 iron, 9 iron, I feel pretty good. But when you got to put a 4-iron or a 5-iron, you hoping and praying you can get the ball where it needs to go at. But yeah, 8-iron is 8 or 9-iron. I'm good with that.
All right, I
I
want to give
practice
a.
those shots a lot.
All right,
So
cool.
so you don't get a chance to practice a 5-iron that much, especially in your backyard.
All right, I want to say that we just got a wave from Katie Mid. So Katie, thanks for watching. And
Hey,
she said, Desiree, your ears ringing, boo. So I think she knows Desiree. So all right. And if anybody's watching, they have any questions for James or myself, feel free to chime in. We're getting ready to wrap up in just a moment. And I really want to thank James for taking time out because he doesn't have to take time out to do this. And we really appreciate you, James. And if there's a way we can help you and your organization in the future, please reach out to us, DNB Muscles. And of course, we have to share our information for DNB Muscles. People can find us online. On
Yes.
Instagram, we're DNB Muscles. On Facebook, we're DNB Muscles. And our website, dnbmuscles.com. Check us out. We really want to highlight
Uh-oh.
the people and the opportunities that are out there for us to be healthy mentally and physically and live fit, happy lives.
Well, let me say one thing, Derek. If to DMV muscles, just because you have muscles, that don't mean you can control a golf ball.
That's very true.
Okay.
Yep.
So, you got the muscles, but that don't mean anything. Golf is played at around 80% power. Okay. so
Yep.
you're not bench pressing 400 pounds.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
certainly.
just teasing, man. I'm
No,
just
no, no. I
teasing.
understand. I understand. I've had the humbling experience of going into a tee box with a skinny, lanky guy.
Yes.
Looks like he probably couldn't bench press 110 pounds, and he hit the ball about clearly three or five
Well,
straight.
if Katie,
Kid,
if
oh
Katie
my
is
gosh.
still on, if Katie's still on, we have a mutual friend that she introduced me to, a guy named Matt Miles. I think he weighs all 145, 150, and that's with everything on. But the guy, his technique is so beautiful. He hits the ball a ton. He hits the ball 60, 70 yards in front of me.
Right.
And I'm like, this dude is just ridiculous. I mean, he gets everything out of it. But like I said, golf is played at 80%, so you got all those muscles and you're strong. It'll help in some cases. For the most part, it's about technique.
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly. Cool. And once people start playing, they took their lessons, they have the equipment. How
Yes.
often should they play a week just to be good on Saturday or Sunday?
Well, that's up to the golfer. Life happens. We understand that, but the more you can get out and putt, and chip, putt, and do things that work on your short game because that's where you lose all your strokes. And most golfers can hit the ball. They can hit the ball long. It's when you get into that 80, 60 yard range, can you get it on the green? And you hit the ball 200 something yards, and then you got 80 yards to the green, and it takes you more strokes to get on the green than it did to get to that point. Because that's where the game is played, and that's where the game is won. Chipping and pitcher chipping and putting. That's where it's won right there. But one thing I would like to say, Derek, about golf, and and it's really it's hurting the seniors, the older guys that's retired, and they're getting up in age in his 60s and 70s, whatever the case may be. That's you know right now with the stay at home rule, I understand that, I respect that, but a lot of those guys, that was their daily nourishment, that was their daily food, to get out on the golf course. And a lot of the older guys, they like to walk. They walk 9 in the morning and then come back in the afternoon and walk the other 9. But that was their exercise. And with this, hopefully, this COVID-19 thing will be over quick, because those guys are going to fall off a lot because they need golf. That was their exercise. And one thing about golf that you can do until the day you die, it's only a certain window where you can hit a fastball at 100 miles an hour if you're a baseball player. You only have a certain amount of time, a window, when you can actually dunk a basketball. And there's only a certain amount of time when you can throw a pass 70, 80 yards down the field as a pro football player. But one thing about golf, you can play golf and you can do the same thing you see the guys do on TV. You can make your birdies, and you can hit incredible shots. And that's what keeps us coming back, because as we get older, we can continue to do what we see on TV. Not at the precision that the pros do it, but we can get a birdie here and a birdie there, and that just, when you get that birdie, it just make you feel good and want to come back.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It
Because,
does.
Derek,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
if you 60, 70 years old and you're 6'10", you can't dunk the basketball anymore.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, them days are over. But you can still make a birdie, you can still make an eagle, you can still make a hole in one. And I think that's the beauty of golf, because you can play it at a certain level to the day you die. And that's why I love golf.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love golf too. I'm a hacker. I'm what they would consider a hacker. But
you're out there,
but I'm out there, and I enjoy it. And I play with a group of great guys. Shout out to Mike and Art and Takuma, and we have a ball. Sometimes we have good days. Sometimes other people have good days. Most days I'm having an okay day, but I enjoy it, and the camaraderie.
I just want you guys to come out and play on the tour, the SGC Tour. I don't know why you and Mike Reynolds won't come out and play.
Oh, we'll probably be out there. Mike will be out there. Mike will be out there and ready, man. We'll be out there.
I hear you, man.
We'll make we'll certainly try to make some events, and we'll definitely look forward to supporting what you're doing and getting out there and playing some golf. Like, we're missing golf now. I think when we talk, it's always like, man, I wish I could get out there, man. I wish I could get out there.
Hey, man, you and me both, man. I miss golf big time. So right. I'm so bored. I'm doing projects around the house that I probably would never do, like power wash the deck or something like that. But anyway,
so what's one thing that we can do to stay sharp right now? We're in the house. We're stuck in our house or backyard, or the space between where we live and where we I guess eat breakfast. What do we do?
Based on what the space you have, chipping and putting. If you can get in the backyard and chip and putt a little bit, or you can set up a putting green. It was little portable things you just putt, and flexibility drills, and try to keep your body flexible. Because now it's been I've been in the house 17 days outside of going to the store. I went in the backyard and picked the club up a few times, but just trying to do flexibility drills, go on the internet and find a golf exercise that fit you and fits your lifestyle.
All right, excellent. All right, well, I want to say thank you again, James, for participating today, and for being on the program, and for sharing so much information. We really, 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 really appreciate it, and hope that we'll have you back very, very soon. And I want to thank anyone out there that's watching for watching D&B Muscles Live, this episode. Again, if you have questions for James or the SGC Tour, be sure to connect with him. If you have questions or anything with D&B Muscles, be sure to connect with us. We are here for you, and we're all about fitness and your healthy lifestyle. So from me and James, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, and continue to support. Have a blessed day.
Stay healthy and stay safe.
That's right, indeed.